Well, it has been 20 years since Hurricane Katrina ravaged the Gulf Coast and New Orleans. And we're taking time to reflect on how the storm really changed lives and the incredible acts of service that were really born out of a really dark time.
One of those stories belongs to Gary LeBlanc. In the wake of the storm, Gary felt a call to help his home city, New Orleans. That calling became Mercy Chefs, a nonprofit that has now fed millions in disaster zones around the world.
Founder of Mercy Chefs, Gary LeBlanc, joins us now. Gary, I always look forward to speaking to you, and it's nice to be able to talk to you on not a response day. But I say that because there's a lightness to your soul, and I can only imagine that everybody that meets you feels it, but I'm sure that lightness comes out of some really tough times. Tell us about your connection to Hurricane Katrina.
Well, New Orleans was my hometown. My dad was in the military, so we grew up everywhere, but in New Orleans. But we always went back. It was that touchstone for us. It's where I went to college. It's where I joined the hotel restaurant industry. Worked with some of the very best people in New Orleans. It was my hometown for 20 years. I was living in Virginia when Katrina hit. And I went down and volunteered with all these other groups as a cook. And when I got home, I got disturbed. I mean, the food just wasn't the quality that I thought people deserved. It didn't have that professional acumen. It didn't have love. It didn't reflect dignity. And that was the birth of Mercy Chefs, to go and do something about that, to change the way people are fed in the United States and around the world in the aftermath of a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so important when you think about everybody flooding in donations and having the quality and dignity to what you said to their meals to help nourish them as they trudge forward in the wake of such disasters. But talk to us a little bit about how Mercy Chefs has grown since Katrina, and what are some of the impacts that you are making today when disasters strike? I'm sure it goes beyond just when hurricanes happen, but in other disaster zones.
Well, Mercy Chefs has been a surprise to me. I had no idea what it was going to turn into when we got this ball rolling 20 years ago. Me and a pickup truck with a barbecue grill was about all I could hope for. But instead, we've turned into a global operation with over 100 employees. We're active in 30 countries around the world. We've responded here in the U.S. in over 30 states and 300 disasters. And we fed almost 32 million meals in our 20 years. And so Mercy Chefs has just really found this place, and we enjoy that place. And we continue to feed people when the storms are gone, when the news stories have moved on. We're still serving in Western North Carolina in Buncombe County in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. We've served every day since that storm. We're still in Kerrville and Ingram. We're going to establish a permanent kitchen in the wake of the flooding down there. So very often after a disaster, things just don't go back to normal. So we stay and we continue doing the work that we do.
And I think that's the biggest impact is, what happens for 6 months, even 12 months after a disaster. But I will say that that first hot meal that you have after being through a disaster, I still remember my first meal going post-Harvey. It was a plate of fajitas that a local cook brought in, and it was my first hot meal in probably 6 days. And for me, that's what I remember. But what do you think it is about food? Because to me, that plate of fajitas meant so much. But what do you think it means to you and other Americans?
Something amazing happens over a shared meal. When you do it as with friends or as family, you know what that is. But to share that hot meal, a beautiful handcrafted, chef-prepared hot meal with somebody that's just had the worst day of their life. It's an incredible opportunity for us, and one that we want to bring hope. We want it to bring restoration. We want it to be that moment where people can say, what just happened to me? How can I take that next step and begin moving forward?
I mean, I'm no chef, but I have so many chefs in my life, and they love cooking and sharing that love of what they do with other people, whether it's family, friends, or folks they meet on the street. For anybody who's tuning in, is there ways that they can get involved and help with Mercy Chefs, whether they're chefs themselves or maybe people like me that could burn water?
Hey, come on. We got a place for everybody. It's mercychefs.com is our website. And there are links on there that you can sign up to volunteer with us. You can get more information. If you're a chef that wants to come and work with us, let us know at the info link on there and we'll get a hold of you. At mercychefs.com, there's so much information on there that can help you plug in and help your neighbors in a time of disaster.
And Gary, I can't tell you how much we appreciate you here at Fox Weather. I know a lot of Americans feel the same way. Just having your crew show up and know what you stand for, you make such a difference. So on behalf of everybody here at Fox Weather, thank you so much for your commitment and what you continue to do every day. That is founder of Mercy Chefs, Gary LeBlanc, looking back at Katrina, but pushing forward to much brighter days.
Thank you so much. Let's enjoy this little break that we're having right now. That's sure to stop soon.
Absolutely. Yeah. Gary, have a great day.
Thank you.
And Fox Weather is your Hurricane HQ. Folks, we have our second part of our 4-part Darky series airing tonight. It is about Katrina, kind of unfolding every part of this disaster, looking back 20 years later. So coming up tonight is part number 2. It is titled The Struggle. It airs at 8:30 Eastern Time right here on Fox Weather.